everybody, welcome to my channel, Delululand. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for being here. And if you are new, I hope to entertain you. So let's just get into it, shall we?
So how did Oprah lose the weight?
You all know I've been on this journey for most of my life. My highest weight was 237 pounds.
No, it's not Ozempic, the diabetes drug which many people are using for weight loss. Oprah says she did it the old-fashioned way, diet and exercise.
I felt I've got to do this on my own. I've got to do this on my own because if I take the drug, that's the easy way out.
Well, it certainly worked.
Recently, I saw some pictures of Oprah Winfrey on the red, or shall I say purple carpet, as she was premiering her new movie / musical that she was part of creating that goes by The Color Purple. The Color Purple was originally a book. It's one of my favorite books. The movie itself is one of my favorite movies, and I am extremely excited to see the new version, the new musical. So everything that I have to say about this particular terrible person by the name of Oprah Winfrey has nothing to do with that musical, and I'm not the type of person to tell people to boycott anything, especially considering the fact that the cast is a powerhouse of talent and I am just here for it. What I am not here for is the motherfucking lying ass that is Oprah Winfrey. See, Oprah has once more had a dramatic weight loss. See, Oprah losing weight isn't inherently impressive, simply because Oprah has been losing weight her entire career. Oprah is great at losing weight. Her problem is maintaining that weight loss. Okay, that's what gets us all. I am 3 years into currently maintaining my weight loss, and I can personally say that it's not easy. Sometimes I catch myself and I'm like, oh, I've started to slip into old habits and I'm behaving like I have a much faster metabolism than I actually have, and then I bring myself back to center. But that's the big goal with weight loss, is actually to maintain it. So we'll see how long this particular body of Oprah lasts. But the weight loss in and that of itself is not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is the fact that she's a motherfucking liar, and I hate her for what she's doing. Okay. Recently, I made a video about a leader of the fat acceptance movement by the name of Jordan Underwood. See, Jordan is part of the movement that believes that it is okay to eat whatever you want to eat and you should not restrict yourself. When I was looking through Jordan's history, I found that trauma from being introduced to dieting at a very young age had a huge impact on their current relationship with food and dieting. Jordan was taken to a meeting of Weight Watchers by the age of 8. Later in life, Jordan was diagnosed with lipodemia. Lipodemia is a condition that makes it difficult for the body to actually lose weight. It holds on to weight. Jordan has a genetic predisposition towards obesity, but not just the genetic predisposition. Their body fights to hold on to weight. So when you are taken to things like Weight Watchers and you're conditioned into point systems and calories in, calories out without any nuance to it, you end up having generations of people who are traumatized by diets to the point of being led astray by ideologies that claim to heal trauma when all they do is just aid the suppression of the trauma by allowing people to take part in unhealthy coping mechanisms that help them deal with the negative emotions that come with being fat. Why do I bring this up? Well, that is because Oprah at some point years ago bought Weight Watchers or whatever the hell she did. And now that she's lost this weight, she's trying to incorporate it somehow into this Weight Watchers brand. And in a video discussing her weight loss, Oprah says that she did it through diet and exercise, specifically speaking out against drugs such as Ozempic for herself, saying that she wanted to do it the right way, the old-fashioned way. And that rubbed me the wrong way. And it rubbed me the wrong way for the following reason. People need help when it comes to losing weight. Some people's bodies are in such a bad state that if rapid weight loss isn't induced medically somehow, they aren't going to have the time to try and fight the disease that is obesity, the multifaceted disease that is obesity, because obesity looks the same in the sense that, oh, you have somebody who is extremely overweight, but the reasons behind obesity vary from person to person. Things such as Ozempic or weight loss surgery are tools that, when used right, can help the right people. And the right people are the people who are running out of time. There's a stigma surrounding using weight loss tools such as Ozempic or weight loss surgery. What we don't need is somebody who's shilling a diet program, making herself feel better about her own weight loss. Like, oh, I didn't have to have help. I did it the old-fashioned way. I just don't like the implication that people who use tools that aid weight loss other than just diet and exercise, I don't like the implication that those people somehow are lesser than the people who drum up the self-will and don't need those tools. I don't appreciate that very much. One of my favorite YouTubers, Sean of Steel, underwent gastric bypass surgery, and so far he has been successful in losing weight, and he has talked about what a positive impact it has made on his life. And sometimes he says, it's like he cheated, but for me, it's like, you didn't cheat. Are we going to tell people who get tumors removed that they cheated treatment because they didn't go through chemo and everything? They just cut it off. When you're saving your life, you need support. And statements that Oprah made are very, at least to me, dangerous. You're not better than people who had to use Ozempic, and you're not better than people who have to use weight loss surgery. Your newly gained or acquired willpower that you seem to be pushing, congratulations, but horse shit is also what it is. My second point that I wanted to get into is Weight Watchers itself.
How do you know when it actually is a disease for you versus it's not your willpower? Because I'm going to get to you, Seema, because one of the things that Weight Watchers has been saying all these years is that, you just take the blue points and the green points and the red point, and that, and as we know, as a member of the board, the blue points and the green points and all those points, if you are not meticulous with the points, you end up putting the weight back on. So now, where is Weight Watchers in this conversation?
Well, I'll start by saying, I joined as CEO last year, but my history with Weight Watchers began in 2013 as a member. I gained 60 pounds after having my first child, and even though I know how to live healthy habits, my mom, who's here, has her PhD in food science. She's a registered dietitian, so I know how to live healthy habits, and I struggled, and Weight Watchers helped me because I'm not an adipose carrier, right? And so we introduced this category almost 60 years ago, but unknowingly, we introduced the shame also for people who diet and exercise alone was not enough. And Dr. Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. And when you know better, do better. We know better now. So we need to be the first to approach this with authenticity and say, weight is a spectrum. And Weight Watchers, as the doctor, number one doctor recommended program, it worked for some, like me, but not all. And for those people, we don't want them to internalize that as a moral failing. Obesity is not a moral failing. It's a chronic relapsing condition.
Oprah tries to deflect the blame off of her own shoulders in terms of the ideology that Weight Watchers has been preaching for years and practicing for years. When she's sitting there, they're having this discussion that's more nuanced surrounding obesity. And it's basically Weight Watchers trying to maintain its position in the market, even though we are finding out more and more things about diet and exercise and weight loss and obesity, and finding out that programs such as Weight Watchers simply don't work for most people, particularly for maintaining the weight that they've lost. So Oprah sits there and she's talking to the current CEO who hasn't been there for about a year and tries to basically put the blame on this new person, like, yeah, well, this is what Weight Watchers did. What are you gonna say about this? And the poor woman was just like, okay, firstly, I've only been here for a year, right? And Weight Watchers work for me, doesn't work for everyone. And we're trying to adjust it. We're trying to have a broader conversation beyond just the point systems. Here's the thing. Oprah lost this weight that she's lost. I personally don't believe that she followed Weight Watchers as it is. But even if she did, and that's how she lost weight, Oprah is lying that she didn't get help. Because her stomach is flat. Okay? Like in the picture. I would love to have a flat stomach, right? I lost a lot of weight, but also loose skin is a thing, okay? And the belly loose skin leaves while the bump, no matter how hard you try, there is the bump. You can get things that hold it back, but there is the bump, the little bag of extra skin that hangs. So either Weight Watchers is like this miracle program that somehow re-engineers the DNA within our cells for our skin to learn how to contract itself right back and sort of, somehow metabolize until it reaches some sort of smooth equilibrium or whatever. But I'm pretty sure Weight Watchers can't do that. In the same way, I know that Weight Watchers doesn't work for most people, because weight loss goes far beyond points. And Weight Watchers preys on people who struggle with obesity. So when you have a program such as Weight Watchers that's telling you, hey, just eat these foods and you're gonna be okay, you're wasting your money when you could be using it to actually deal with the problems that are leading to your obesity. In terms of my own weight loss journey, I gained a lot of weight due to various psychological issues and traumas and right? But my biggest coping mechanism was alcohol. And the amount of alcohol I was drinking led to me consuming really high calories daily. Because not only was I not eating healthy and overeating, I was also drinking this alcohol. So it was like double calories, right? A huge factor of my obesity was my alcoholism. And when I was able through therapy to understand why I was an alcoholic and learn how to find healthier coping mechanisms and overcome it, the symptom of this particular problem, the illness that is alcoholism and the depression and all of that shit, once I was able to deal with that healing moved into other facets of my life, and I lost a lot of weight. And it seemed accelerated, but really what I had done is like cut my calories in half if not more, because I stopped the drinking, right? I could have used the money that went towards therapy and taken it and paid into a service like Weight Watchers. I could have basically, instead of dealing with the psychological issues, I could have just fixated on weight. If I were to give anybody advice about losing weight, as somebody who lost 120, give or take 125 pounds, I can say that your relationship with your body, your relationship with your body in terms of what you're eating, what you're drinking, what you're reading and listening to, and how you're moving, all of that is important for you to start to understand why you are the way you are. My dad likes to say that weight isn't the disease, it's just the symptom, right? And that was very much the case for me. It was symptomatic of something else. It was just the expression. And once I found the faulty line of code and we fixed it, and my body stopped dispensing, the faulty gene in terms of the route my pain travels, instead of reaching for things to numb it, food and alcohol, I learned how to process it. You create different neural pathways for your thoughts and your emotions to travel. I process them now, as opposed to suppressing them or projecting them. And if I had followed something like Weight Watchers, I wouldn't have gotten there. So, in conclusion, Oprah's evil. Yeah, thank you for coming. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And here's a clip of Oprah. So lovely, amazing, moral Oprah, badgering teenagers with eating disorders.
I know there's a new rumor that's recently surfaced, has really upset you, right? The one about eating.
Yeah, people are going to write what they want to write. We try not to read the good or the bad because it just kind of comes with the territory. Either you're too fat, you're too skinny, and people are just going to write what they
What size are you, by the way?
Size?
Yeah, I always like
I'm
to know.
really sure.
You're not sure?
Girls, and
That's so interesting. That is so interesting. I'm like obsessed with size, and you're like, I really don't know.